Parents, what threat did you eliminate silently? My 12-year-old son kept getting randomly selected for extra bag checks at school every single day. The security guard, Mr. Hayes, would pull him aside while other kids walked through freely. "Just doing my job," he'd say with that familiar smirk, dumping out Jaden's entire backpack on the metal table. At first, I thought maybe it really was random. Schools have to be careful these days, right? But when Jaden started leaving 20 minutes earlier each morning just to make it to first period on time, I knew something was wrong. "Why is it always me, Mom?" he asked one night, shoulders slumped over his homework. "Ethan brings the same stuff I do, but he never gets stopped." I started paying attention during pickup. Hayes would wave white kids through with barely a glance, but every Black and Hispanic student got the full treatment. My blood boiled watching him make a little girl empty her lunchbox while her friends waited awkwardly nearby. The breaking point came when Jaden started packing smaller lunches. I found out Hayes would accidentally knock over drinks or drop sandwiches during his thorough searches. "Oops, better bring something sturdier tomorrow," he'd tell the kids with fake concern. When I approached the principal, Mrs. Donovan barely looked up from her computer. "Mr. Hayes has full discretion for security purposes. These protocols keep everyone safe, but he's only stopping certain kids." I pressed. She gave me that practice smile administrators perfect over years of deflecting parents. "I'm sure you're mistaken. Our selection process is completely random." That night, I created a group chat with other affected parents. Within hours, we had 12 families sharing similar stories. Tanya's daughter was getting stopped 3 times a week. David's son had started eating lunch in the bathroom to avoid the cafeteria where Hayes often cornered kids for follow-up checks. We started documenting everything: times, dates, which kids got stopped, what Hayes said, how long searches lasted. The pattern was undeniable, but we knew complaints would disappear into the bureaucratic void, so we got creative. I coordinated with the other parents to send our kids to school with identical clear backpacks one Tuesday morning. Same brand, same school supplies visible through the transparent material. Pencils, notebooks, calculators, everything exactly the same. We positioned ourselves strategically around the entrance with phones ready. Some parents sat in cars, others lingered by the front office, a few volunteered for morning duty. The results were exactly what we expected and worse than we hoped to capture. Hayes waved through every white student without a second glance. But when Jaden approached with his identical clear bag, Hayes stopped him immediately. "Need to check this," he announced, forcing Jaden to empty everything onto the table. Same with Maria, Kevin, Aisha, and every other minority student. Identical bags, identical contents, completely different treatment. We live-streamed the entire thing from 6 different angles on Facebook. Parents started sharing immediately, then teachers, then students from other schools. The comments poured in with similar stories from across the district. "This is disgusting," one parent wrote. "How is this legal? My daughter goes through this every day," another added. "I thought we were the only ones." By lunch, the video had 50,000 views. Local news stations started calling. The district's phone lines were jammed with outraged parents and community members. Hayes tried to defend himself to a reporter that afternoon. "I follow protocols," he stammered, clearly rattled. "This is all taken out of context." But there was no context that could explain away 12 minutes of footage showing him systematically targeting children based on their skin color, while identical bags carried by white students passed through untouched. The school board held an emergency meeting that evening. Hayes was suspended pending investigation, but we all knew he was done. More importantly, the district implemented new selection protocols using a computer system that randomly generates student ID numbers for additional screening. No more discretion, no more targeting. Jaden hasn't been randomly selected since. Neither have any of the other kids.